We have been among the early countries to have put in place the legal infrastructure for electronic transactions and electronic commerce. We are already amending the Information Technology Act to keep pace with fast changes in the realm of technology. The policy framework will continue to be supportive and enabling rather than a barrier to your progress and your creativity and spirit of innovation. The government can play a role in expanding the domestic market. After all, our leadership in IT cannot be sustained for too long on the basis of export markets alone. Every sector of our economy must be more enabled. There are huge opportunities for this waiting to be tapped in almost all major sectors, including agriculture. We are working to make our economy a more knowledge-based economy. In government, we are taking steps to enable various governmental systems. Several large e-governance initiatives launched by the government under the National E-Governance Plan are expected to provide sustained growth in domestic demand for IT services for many years to come. Many government processes are being re-engineered and outsourced. This has expanded the domestic market for IT and IT-enabled services. As we proceed ahead with administrative reforms, we will find IT playing an ever-increasing role in transacting government business. This will increase the efficiency and cost-effectiveness of delivering public services, something that we must do on priority basis. State governments too can play an important role in expanding the market for IT and IT-enabled services. Some state governments have been more active than others in enabling government systems. In fact, states are in many ways laboratories for experimenting with new processes which are then expanded on a nationwide scale. The computerized tracking and monitoring of the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act in Andhra Pradesh is but one such example. We need many more such examples. Ladies and gentlemen, I am aware that we have to improve the quality of our infrastructure and our human resource base. I have seen a presentation by NASSCOM on this subject. This, I can assure you, is a priority for our government, and we will remain focused on this subject. At one time, the IT industry used to worry a great deal about our telecom infrastructure, but this is no longer an issue today. Through a combination of pragmatic reforms and liberalization, we have been able to get competition and better service levels into the telecom industry, making it one of the success stories of the past decade. The IT industry has greatly benefited from the telecom revolution in India. We will continue to modernize this sector. We will open up the required spectrum to support its growth. As for physical infrastructure, an urban-based, globalized sector like yours must get world-class infrastructure. This is indeed one of the aims of the Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Mission, which we launched last year. This mission, which has taken off really well, has generated an immense amount of activity in urban infrastructure development. I foresee major improvements in a large number of our cities. Where possible, states can develop specialized knowledge townships, which can be clusters of knowledge, innovation, and excellence in IT. There are visible improvements in roads, railways, and air travel, which will get better in future. Ladies and gentlemen, our biggest challenge is, of course, in relation to human resource development. While we produce a large number of graduates and technologists, the demand of the IT industry is growing and is becoming more discerning. I am aware that we have a quantity problem as well as a quality problem. I am aware that the problem has to be tackled in different time frames, the short term, the medium term, and the long term. In the short term, we need programs to top up the skill level of graduating students through finishing schools and finishing programs, which will help resolve the quality problem. In the medium term, this kind of training needs to be back-ended into the formal system itself by improving the quality of our technical and general education programs at the graduate level. This will make graduates far more employable. In the long term, we need to address the quantity problem. The education system needs to be expanded rapidly at all levels. The success of our education initiative at the grassroots level, along with the favorable demographics of India, will ensure that a far greater number pass out of high schools each year. Vast numbers of these would quite rightly aspire to go to the universities. Therefore, a quick expansion of the system is necessary to cater to much larger numbers at the secondary and collegiate levels. We also need to see how we can attract more people into teaching and make it a more attractive and respected profession. This would also require a huge expansion in our master's and doctoral programs. The current picture, I recognize, is not particularly heartening. Easing the supply constraints requires more investment as well as a radical reform of our education system. I expect the 11th plan to address this important issue and provide the necessary resources and approaches for achieving the desired expansion. The Knowledge Commission, of which Nandan Nilekani is one of the members, has already made some valuable suggestions in this regard.